Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video. And in today's video, it is day 3 of the grandest party of them all. And in today's video, we're diving in with Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji, one of the newest Super Sugos that has released for the 11th anniversary. And this particular season, it's a little bit strange because obviously they want you to bring scientists and paramecia type users. Striker class teammates get a lot of buffs, and then the entire team gets a lot of buffs as well. Plus, if you have a paramecia or scientist as your leader, they get a minus 40% GP burst and an extra burst under their belt as well. But today, we're going in with Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, who are neither a scientist or a paramecia type. I'm sort of seeing how we can sort of flow with a leader that doesn't have these big buffs behind us. To sort of compare the difference, I did use Verse Kid yesterday. I used Saturn the day before. Probably dive into Saturn again, and I did some testing with Wipe It and Ace, who I think is definitely going to be by far the best leader to use this particular season. But I definitely want to sort of see some games with Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, take them in and see how they rock and see how they roll. If shit hits the fan, we will pivot. Definitely will. The teams we're rocking today look a little bit like this. We're running Strength, Free Spirit, and Psy. Pretty much Psy. It's the Navy Straw Hat team that I did a showcase on a little bit ago. So this is what we're rocking with. A lot of investment, a lot of fun stuff like Strength Luffy. I have at 150 now. Roger Relic Barnes at level 150. We have Garp at level 150. So a lot of fun stuff that I definitely want to test out as well, and I'm eager to see how it goes without any buffs. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, way down there, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in. Alright, so let's go up against a Saturn build. This one isn't exactly like the be-all or end-all. There's nothing too crazy going on, but I definitely want to see how we can go up against a leader that has some pretty elite buffs. Now, this guy is not running a striker-based team, and obviously strikers do get some disgusting buffs with the extra leader-based skill of Saturn and the rule set, but strikers kind of suck stinky butthole, so I don't blame him for not running strikers, because there's just really not much there when it comes to their particular team. So he's starting off with a pretty big driven team, just throwing Saturn into the mix. Saturn buffs strikers and int-based characters, so like Blackbeard's really the only character that's getting extra buffs from Saturn, but like the core of Big Mom and Pika, like you really can't go wrong there. Like Pika and Big Mom can just do some absolutely wild things. So Blackbeard obviously does a lot of nerfing to our slash characters, which obviously is going to affect Kizaru, Nami, and Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, which is a little bit annoying, but the idea of Kizaru here is literally just to pretty much just die and allow us to get the cooldowns for Garp and Akainu. So we have 4 Straw Hats, we have 4 Navy characters. Pika just got absolutely ass blasted there by good old Akainu. Let's see what Garp can do here. Oof, big damage through defense, you love to see that. We have our super special very early as well. Probably should have used the burst right before the shield went up. That might have been a play, but I'm kind of not eager to throw out a whole bunch of shots. The damage through defense nullification that Saturn has too is a little bit of a problem, so it's a big reason why I wanted to go with, you know what, I'm not dealing with that, no shot. Big reason I wanted to go with this side team first is because I don't really want to deal with the Saturn nullification. Now, look, they still can definitely throw that at us, but Garp and Akainu obviously bypass defensive effects, so does Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Our strength team is in a very similar boat. Our free spirit team, it's not so much, only with Luffy, obviously. But the best way to sort of do this is sort of run the characters that bypass defense early and late, and then have the defensive-based characters, the team that doesn't really rely on damage through defense go a second, where we will definitely see Saturn Burst just get absolutely thrown out willy-nilly because we have won the first fight. So pretty nice there. Look, Driven's pretty formidable, but like Saturn in that sort of lineup doesn't really make that much sense to me. So because of the way we're looking now, I am going to pivot and put Free Spirit second. Don't love it, to be honest, because we are going up against Int Luffy, and Int Luffy obviously could just like force out characters, but Free Spirit's very, very strong. Like this whole front lineup is 150. So, and I'm pretty sure everyone is Limit Break expanded as well. I'm pretty sure. Roger League Bomb might not be, but like this is pretty much as bulky as a bulky Free Spirit team can get. Great bench options too. We have Bizarro, we have Kuzan, and we have Sentamaru. Yeah, like I said, this like. We can't get much bulkier. Do you have the Cerebral characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do. Okay. So running Atlas is very, very interesting. Look, it makes sense because like Atlas is very strong. That 6,000 fixed damage obviously is always going to see some sort of hit, but the upside to running Otama over here in Grand Party on a bulky base set is that you can basically, if you go into a fight and you know you're going to take the burst literally frame 1, then, oh, it's gone. That's so funny. Now he's going to put it up again. That's perfect timing for us. Yeah, knowing that you're going to take a burst frame 1 is the fact that Otama can just say, hey, I'm going to heal you up. So that's always fun too. So Roger Eligban, I wish you actually went before that, but that's okay. 7,500 fixed damage from Yamato is actually really, really good. Okay, so that was a good damage. Did Yamato die? Oh my god, Yamato died. Who are you killing? Okay, so he hit Luffy, which is great because Luffy has the revive. My burst does bypass defense as well. So another upside to Saturn is that he obviously counters the gear 5s. So utilizing our burst now basically will do nothing because the fact that they have the 10 more seconds of bypassing defensive based damage. Look, it definitely sucks because like we could have easily just killed S-Hawk there and then we wouldn't have to worry about it too much. But the whole idea of this is just to sort of bait out the triple burst action and just sort of rely on our strength team to sort of wrap up the final fight. So I think that's probably the play here. There's no point sort of just spamming bursts. Ideally, I do want to tank it out so I deal with 3 bursts. Luffy's going to force out. There's a lot of damage incoming. Youch. Yeah, we lose. Surely. Unfortunate. That's unfortunate. What we're going to do is we're going to spam the burst very, very quickly in this first fight because we are definitely taking a burst back. That sucks. That sucks. Like I said, Saturn is just basically a direct counter to Gear 5. So we're always going to struggle a little bit when it comes to dealing with his burst. All right, wrapping it up with a Psy-based team. Okay. Garp on the team is very scary. Nami, they have the Straw Hats. Yeah, they got a nice little setup going. Very nice little setup going. So we're gonna use this now. Oh no! What happened? No! Don't do it, Burst! Oh, we might have to run this back. Oh no! Oh no! No. That's so bad! Oh, I waited a fraction of a second too far. Oh no. Alright, like what? We need 4 seconds and then, like, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna do this. I mean, I think we get stat buffs, right? I think we got some stat buffs. Alright, I would love to confuse Garp here. Unfortunately, you didn't confuse anyone. There's no confusion at all. Okay, killing Nami's great, because now we have to deal with the super special. Having to deal with this early is very not fun. Like, a Garp death shot is always terrifying, but the upside is that Garp didn't use his special before having to deal with that death shot, so that's always nice. Luffers should go pretty crazy here. Obviously, if we had our burst, like, it would just be absolute curtains, but unfortunately, we lost by a fraction of a second. So, there you go, Strength Team getting it done as always. Let's move on to the second fight. That was so funny. Oh, no! Beautiful. Alright, so we found my boy Shepo here, and look, I am pretty confident that we are going to lose this. Shepo is a very good player, his team's going to be very, very strong, so, like I said, I'm pretty confident that we are going to lose this particular fight. So, we're going to try, and then if we lose, we'll just sort of go into another sort of team, and I'll just sort of skip through it. But I do want to see how we go up against, like, a very, very formidable base team. Like, he's throwing shooters off rip, which is fucking terrifying. On top of that, he has S-Snake and Usopp Lilith. Obviously, with Saturn as a leader, strikers are getting extra buffs, so like the sword unit goes absolutely ballistic. The fact that Kuma and Akainu are in this particular team tells me that I'm not dealing with a strength team as the last fight. So that's always a little bit of a positive. I'm curious to see how this slasher sort of build goes against a very formidable shooter team too. Because the idea here is that, like, if we lose and if we die early, then we have auto procking. So I'm really curious to see how that actually goes. But confusion, you bastard. So confusion is a huge problem, and that sword unit is obviously the kings of the confusion. So we're gonna lose this Garp special here. Oh no, we didn't. It's all good. It's all good. Kuma's gonna hit though. Oof, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage. Honestly, would have loved that to hit Kizaru, but it didn't. So if this hits Kizaru, I'd be happy. Oh yeah, no, sweet. Losing Nami kind of sucks, but It is what it is. I am going to throw this out very early too, because I don't want to have to deal with... I don't want to have to deal with the Saturn burst being an absolute cock. This should bypass defense as well. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Nice. I had a feeling if we used our burst quickly, we'd be able to melt through the shooter team, as the shooter team does lack a lot of HP. It moves very quick, it kills units very, very fast, but... Ooh, okay. I see you. That's interesting. That's going to stop Garp, and it's going to stop our Luffy Zoro Sanji. That AI is like... Oh, okay. I see you, AI. Like, that's going to do... Oh. Okay. Oh, it's because they're shooters. Oh, right, okay. Beautiful. So the Saturn burst obviously doesn't affect shooters, so that's obviously why you want to run it first, because, like, you're not ever really using the Saturn burst first. Got it. He does have Saturn on the second team, which is based around driven characters. So what I'm thinking here is I don't really know if I want to go all in on this particular team. I'm a little bit scared that last team could be quick. But at the same time, like, it might be just int, which is also a very, very big shout. So, if it is int, then I don't want to have to deal with... Let's run the regular strat. We'll put free spirit in the second slot, and we'll rely on strength in the end with a burst under our belt. Like I said here, the only real characters that are doing damage through defense is Luffy and obviously our burst, which I don't plan on using. So we could probably just skip this, but at the same time, like, look, we're here for the content, so let's see how we go. This is a very, very big driven team too, by the way. I don't love putting Sanjuan Wolf and Big Mom in the front together. You lack a lot of damage output, as well as doubling up on counter mechanics and whatnot. So a little bit of a problem there, but like, if you're throwing Saturn in the back end of a team, driven is one of the better ones to do it on. Alright, so we get a pointless heal. Fortunately, I would have loved that to go before the heal, but look, beggars can't be choosers. Now they're going to bypass all of the defensive-based shots, and that's okay, because like I said, Luffy's the only one that's going to do that. Luffy is about to go, though, so, like, again, that kind of sucks. This is literally going to do nothing. But that's okay. Pikqchu puts up a shield now, which is then going to nullify Roger, Rayleigh, Gabon. We have to deal with some rollback. Please don't hit Nami Karina. Pui. Unfortunate. Everything's coming up Millhouse with RNG for this particular comp. But lucky for us, we're literally just here to die, basically. Roger Gabon with a very early super special. Do you have anti-heal? Oh, you do, you bastard. Okay, so we lose the anti-heal. That definitely sucks. Kaido King probably going to kill a bunch of units here. Yep, see you later. That's okay, because like I said, the goal here is just to basically lose. And as soon as they get their burst back, they're just going to use it again. So I'm just going to skip the rest of this because we can tell that we're going to lose. Beautiful. Didn't even do a dent. Didn't even do a dent. But hey, look, that's driven for you. That is driven. All right, final fight. Look, please don't be quick. Just don't be quick. I have a big feeling this is going to be int. Int? It is int. Okay, sweet. Again, Shepo. This man knows how to build teams, bro. Like, look at this lineup, dude. Oh my god. Alright, we have a burst though, which is always fun. They don't have any burst, but obviously they have a rule set under their belt where we do not have a rule set. So man, let's just hope strength can send it to the moon. The only free spirit character we have that is susceptible to force out is the waifus, but they are immune to force out, so that's always fun. Now our burst is going to target in enemies for an extra 5,000 damage, but we're not going to get any of the extra buffs. So, we could, like, in hindsight, just use this whenever. The enemy does have a shield, though, which kind of sucks. Don't give it to the waifus. Okay, gave it to Luffy. Luffy's shot is going to hurt, but I think we might lose the waifus here. No, we're all good. That was kind of pointless. We don't really need that. I really just want to get a shot under our belt just to try and break some of these shields. Oh, that was a very good confusion. Very, very good confusion. Okay, Luffy's now lost his shield, but Kuma, break the shields, please. Okay, beautiful stuff. Yamato with the confusion. We don't have to deal with her special now. Let the bench come in. Let Luffy do his thing. And then once the rest of the bench comes in, we can pop our burst and wrap it up from there. Beautiful. And that's going to be GG's. Very nice. Very, very nice stuff. Again, shout out to Shepo. Go check out his channel. He's an absolute demon when it comes to team building. And also, I was not expecting to win that, so I think we got a little bit lucky with that first fight, having to bypass that third burst. So big dubs there. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it up with the Kizaru build. Obviously, like, I don't think this is actually Chaozu, but since we're doing YouTuber shoutouts, fuck it. Let's go up against Chaozu in quotation marks. This actually might be Chaozu, by the way. Like, I actually don't know. I know the man has come back to content lately, so good to see you back, my friend. And let's see how we go up against his particular builds. He's running Dex in the front, so I said, fuck it. We'll throw up Strength. We'll just have some natural type advantage. And see how we go from there, and then we should just move into our Psy slashes and finish off with Free Spirit. I feel like we're probably going to get a pretty easy win here, just because, again, Strength naturally beats Dex. We don't have anyone that sort of, like, nullifies Dex or anything like that. I feel like it's just purely based on the type matchup. So, gonna get some cooldowns here, which will be nice. We have some damage incoming. Kizaru's going to hit pretty hard. Luchi will hit pretty hard. But, from here, we're basically, yeah, like, Luffy's... Like, an early 30-second Luffy special... Very hard to come back from that. Very, very hard. There's the revive. Kuma's about to go as well. We'll tank that for every day of the week. Kuma should pretty much kill like 3 units here. Very nice. One of them was Kizaru, which kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Kizaru does give cooldowns. I believe it gives the cooldowns to Navy characters, but it might be Dex. Beautiful. Dalton's going to get his special. We'll deal with Pell, and then pretty much this is a wrap. So we might actually have to deal with a Kizaru burst. Let's see what happens. So no Kizaru burst, but like I said, that we could all really kind of see where that fight was going. Let's move on to the next fight. Now, I decided to run this Psy team second. Obviously, we're not dealing with like Saturn build, so and this is like win number 9. So like I didn't really want to go too crazy with trying to fight another Saturn. Make sure to change your leaders too, by the way, something I forgot to mention through this video, but I'll definitely make sure to do that at the end of the video as well. Yeah, I didn't really want to fight a Saturn leader, like this late in the season, and something that I definitely will be avoiding, like, tomorrow and the next day. Still undecided who I want to run tomorrow, so let me know what you guys want to see in the comment section below. There's really not that many Paramecia leaders. I was sort of looking into it, and, I thought, no, let's just use LUFFY ZORO SANJI and just go with, like, no leader, just for the sake of the content. But yeah, there's really not a lot going, when it comes to this particular setup. Now, that is really bad. Kizaru's burst, I forgot, is an absolute menace. Like, absolutely menacing. Because, no, we're fine now. So, if we die and Garp is action bound, like, we lose the auto proc. So, that could have been really bad. Nami with some rollback. Love to see it. Beautiful. Kizaru with some cooldowns. Now, ideally, I want to see what Garp can do. Are we going to have to deal with the Roger Whitebeard special? We're not dealing with that. We are going to have to deal with it. So let's do this, and let's try and bink some units early. Just because Zoro and Sanji have their special, and I don't really want to deal with that. Beautiful. Killing Zoro Sanji there was massive. They obviously would have been the haste, and then we would have had to deal with like Roger and Whitebeard, Shanks' special, those types of characters. But just utilizing the burst obviously gives us the win there, and from here it's basically curtains. So that's going to wrap up the video. Day 3 of the grandest party of them all done and dusted. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, but like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Make sure you guys are changing your leaders as well. Something that I have forgot to mention throughout this entire video, except for that one time where I did mention it, is you want to make sure we are literally at the point end of the season. So make sure you go into your lineups at the end here, go down to your setups, and select a leader that is down the bottom. Like normally ends up being a timer for me, so that's always fun. Now, you know what? For the sake of it, I'm going to use Kuzen. Kuzen's going to be my leader down there. Look, that probably tells people that might be a shooter team. Look. Yeah, we're leaving this Kuzen. Hopefully you guys watch the video. If you do, below the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please enjoy the day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Let's